Have you noticed how reality itself feels a little shaky lately? It's not just you. In today's Explainer, we're going to dig into the rapid, kind of unchecked evolution of AI and social media and see how it's creating this invisible crisis by basically destabilizing our shared sense of truth. Okay, let's just dive right into this because it's a powerful statement. For centuries, a photograph was proof, right? It was a moment captured in time. But now, with AI-generated images just flooding our feeds, that fundamental contract of trust has been totally broken. The very idea that you can trust what you see with your own eyes, well, it's eroding. So imagine you're looking at two images. One is a real news photo, the other is completely fake, made by an AI. Can you tell which is which? It's getting so much harder, isn't it? The fakes are so photorealistic that even experts get fooled. And you know what? That uncertainty, that's the real weapon here. And this gets us right to the core of the problem. That line between what's real and what's just manufactured is becoming dangerously blurry. Look, it's not about one single fake image tricking you. It's about the constant flood of them. This relentless stream of synthetic content, it has this cumulative effect. It makes us more cynical, more skeptical of everything we see, even the real stuff. And that undermines the very foundation of visual evidence. Now, let's take a step back and see how this whole thing got built. Because the foundation for this massive shift, it starts with something incredibly personal, your own data. You know, every time you post a photo, write a comment, or even just browse a website, you're leaving behind what's called a digital footprint. It's a trail made of the stuff you share on purpose, and more invisibly, the data that's just collected about you, like your location or what you look at. It's basically a permanent record of your life online. And check this out. This shows a massive disconnect. A 2024 study of 500 teenagers found that while 3/4 of them use Instagram and 42% say they get what a digital footprint is, only a measly 28% of them ever actually review their privacy settings. The engagement is through the roof, but the awareness, it's critically low. And this gets to the heart of what researchers call the privacy paradox. We say we care about our privacy, right? But our actions online, oversharing, ignoring the settings, chasing trends, they tell a completely different story. We're essentially trading our privacy for social validation. And here's where it gets really personal. The photos you post, they can be, and often are, scraped without you ever knowing or agreeing to it. They become part of these huge data sets used to train the very AI models that are blurring our reality. Your face, your life, it could be a building block for a synthetic world. Okay, so let's zoom out. What happens when this erosion of privacy and reality scales up from just us as individuals to all of society? The 2024 election cycle gave us a terrifying preview. First, we saw AI used for satire. Then it became straight-up disinformation, like those fake arrest photos. But the final step was maybe the most dangerous. A political figure weaponized the idea of AI to discredit a totally authentic photograph. That proves that reality itself can become a casualty. And this isn't some abstract threat, you know? It has real, tangible economic consequences. A 2024 study projected that audiovisual creators, photographers, illustrators, video producers, they could lose over a fifth of their income by 2028 because of competition from AI. This isn't just about truth anymore. It's about people's livelihoods. This entire crisis is being powered by a new generation of technology. And these aren't just tools for creating images. They are incredibly sophisticated persuasion machines. Just think about how communication has evolved. First, we had traditional media, right? We were just passive viewers of TV ads. Then came social media, which demanded our active engagement, or clicks, our likes. But now, with generative AI, we're entering this whole new era of one-on-one interactive persuasion, where we can have these intimate conversations with machines designed to influence us. And this persuasive power, it's fueled by the mountains of data we've just given away. As Professor Martin Hilbert explains, these systems can analyze our digital footprints to understand our triggers, our fears, and our desires with an intimacy that, well, it can surpass even our closest family. This really reinforces a critical point. The danger isn't that AI will just spontaneously become our enemy. As Frank Herbert wrote in Dune, the real danger is that these powerful tools will be used by people to manipulate and control other people on a scale we've never seen before. The psychological risk here is so profound that psychologists are actually starting to identify a state they're calling AI psychosis. where these hyper-persuasive human-like interactions can literally cause a person's grip on reality to just break down. So, yeah, it's a bleak picture. But if our shared reality is under attack, how do we possibly begin to fight back? Well, the good news is there's a massive cross-industry effort already underway. They've created something called content credentials, and it works just like a nutrition label on food, but for digital content. It's designed to bring transparency back to all the images and videos we see online. The technology behind all this is an open standard called C2PA. What it does is securely embed these credentials directly into a file's data. So, with a simple click, you can see exactly where an image came from, who created it, and a full history of how it's been modified. And this isn't just some fantasy. It's happening right now. Leica has already released a camera with this tech built in. Sony, Canon, and Nikon are all expected to follow. And, this is crucial, the world's largest news agencies, the Associated Press, Reuters, and Getty, they're all on board. And this really shows us the path forward. The goal is to make authentication a default built-in feature of the internet so that trust and transparency are no longer an afterthought, but the standard for all the content we consume. But technology, it's only half the battle. This brings us to the final critical question. The tools to verify reality are being built, but that's not enough. The real challenge is a human one. Will we, as a society, actually choose to value truth enough to use them?